Hi, this is Attila16, and this is another episode of my campaign at Legendary with the Romans, and this is live once again. So I hope many people will show up. And so we left off in the last episode right here. Now you might actually notice a few change. For example, my units have a different graphical representation because I decided to try a few mods. Since Steam, Rome 2 supports Steam Workshop, decided to try out some visual mod which modify a little the appearance of my soldiers, both in the cards and on the battlefield, so that might be interesting. Also, I decided to put close combat mod again because it was much more satisfying, as you remember. Also, I decided to put radius mod, which I had not tried before, but it seemed to modify a couple of things, which seem rather more satisfying than the default games, vanilla game. So we'll start this experience here by attacking that town right here, and we'll see if there's any difference. It personally, because that seemed to be quite a fight. Will also likely be a fight outside the wall. No, actually it's not at all. Okay, it's in the town, which is probably playing in my favor, because then my troops will be able to fight where they're strong, meaning in the town itself. So here we go. Try. Okay. As you can see, this looking nicer. There's still a few cards which or units which are different, but I think kind of cool how those unit cards are. I prefer that. And it's much more colorful and make the experience a little happier. At least that's my impression of it. And it also modify a little the design of the shield. Not the design of the shield, but let's it. I think a kind of nice experience. I do have some bowmen in there. Will be useful in this battle. Move forward now. Now there's a lot of enemy reinforcements which will come my way. So I will notice them before they arrive. Seeing the unit which doesn't have a weapon, because they will punch the enemy. Now my bowman will hopefully kill a few enemies. I will bring in my javeliner in front. That will probably take more punishment than my bowmen, which are much better unit long term because they have the capacity to pierce armor. Now, of course, those enemy slingers are pretty weak. That should not be particularly challenging. Won't be challenging for my skirmishers. I think I did put them in range. At the edge. I guess getting rid of those enemy skirmisher will be the first step in my invasion of that town. I suppose that I could probably push further faster with my engines. Ah, there you go, you have the enemy reinforcements, which just appeared behind me. Turn my troops so that I have a good view on them. Just getting rid of those enemy skirmisher. Be the first step in my invasion. Well, my guess is that I should probably, I suppose that I deploy my skirmisher to intercept as many enemies as possible the way. I will also redeploy a few legionary cohort to intercept. You have the enemy reinforcements, which just appeared. Because if you look at the way they are coming in reinforcements, they're just troops, so that I have a good view coming in one after the others. Guess perhaps with the Pyram I might be able to kill a few out of them. But the thing is that this battle, yeah, it's for capturing the town, but it's also an opportunity to get rid of the enemy armies around the place. I'll try to work on that. You do have a lot of cavalry in there. Now my legionnaires are intercepting those troops. You need to be careful for them not to be overwhelmed by the amount of enemies. I also have a mod which modifies like faction appearance, so you might notice that in a battle as well. I did add many mods, so we'll see a lot of variation hopefully. And I hope that it will increase the visual quality as well as the experience of the game. Yeah, those new unit cards are really nice. It's a mod. You can find it on the workshop if you... Guess I will send more reinforcements here because there's some spearmen or pikemen. Yeah, that's a mod. There's now on the workshop, if you check, there's many mods, and you can literally customize the game with all those mods, which is very nice because you can shape it using multiple mods towards something that you appreciate. I really like those unit cards. I think it's colorful. Make me happy. I like color. Okay, so the enemy reinforcements have been routed a little. Now I still have an enormous amount of cavalry to kill in there. And as you might know, legionnaires are no spearmen. That might be a little tricky. I'll remove my skirmisher on the side there, where they will hopefully be able to kill as many enemies as possible. I will start making my way inside the town with my legionnaires. Now the mod I'm using, it changed also the appearance of the troops on the battlefield. As you might notice, the shields are different for different type of units. I also have an Hellenic mod, and that kind of looks kind of nice. I do like the look of this. And I also did pull back the close combat one. So now the fights are kind of more believable. Nearly. Right, so it's time to move forward in there. Just here, for example, the Praetorian look much different. These are like early Praetorian. Oh, elephant. You? Let's see. Order my bowmen to fire to use fire arrows on those enemies. Elephant. My generally looking the other way because there might be a lot of enemies coming in reinforcements. Oh, it's payday 2. Is it any good? What is it about, actually? Putting out my legions now. Under the impression that with my mods, the enemy cavalry is a little stronger than before. I probably should be careful about this. Clinic Cataphracts. Sure, charging that with the legion. The idea. You can see the battle lasts a while with this mod, or that combination of mods. And here, legionnaires are fighting hard. Here my legionnaires seem to be starting to win. Have some skirmishers which are helping out. It's not necessarily a good thing. Camel archer, something which need to die. There's still a lot of enemy cavalry. I think I might make a defensive testudo, which might help me a little, or not. Hard to say. Here, this legion right here is all spread out. Bad thing. I do have 2 legions here which are idle, so I will bring them in. What about those guys? They suffer a lot of loss. Satisfied with what I see right now because my legionnaires seem to be having a hard time, and that is likely the result of the mods I'm using. Because as you might remember, yesterday there was the vanilla experience was rather not convincing at all. Pikemen here, playing these. Otherwise it might cost me too many legionnaires there. You can see they seem to be winning the fight against my legionnaire cohort. We'll try to encircle them and kill them all. Hopefully. To move my legions forward. I have 2 legions here which did not engage previously, and I think most of the enemy are now routing. Probably because I killed the enemy general in here. Good news. But that they are all fleeing. Of course, that might be only 1 army, so there might be more. I will make my way to the flag and try to capture it. As you can see, I'm still not used to that selecting and dragging thing. Very annoying. a nice feature, but I think it should only apply to units which you are selecting a few seconds before. So making my way to the flag now. Hopefully I will capture it. Guy has a head of lions. Wonder I see anything. That was a pretty good fight, pretty spread out. I did lose a lot of legionnaires. But they did lose much more. My general doesn't have a weapon. Learning. Surely that he does have a weapon, just that it's not visible. You fleet reinforcement. Likely that there's still enemy units which are not routed somewhere. So it's best to simply hurry up and capture that place here. We'll deploy my fresh unit side here. Deploy more units aside here to make sure that nobody prevent me from capturing the flag. We have 2 commentator, really? Oh, I think it's just a small part. Or maybe it's not. Please explain further. I'll be capturing this place. I don't see any more enemy units. And let's send this back. But it was a pretty good victory. I killed 2,189 and I lost 441. And yeah, that went well. Also did install a mod which increased the possibilities here. So I can liberate the faction, can subjugate the town, and sack it, raise it, loot it, occupy it. What do I do? Create or liberate. Return the original owner this region power by resurrecting the faction. And subjugate. Client state or satrapy. Occupy.
Is that all, Commander?
For the mods, you just have to go check on Steam Workshop and we'll have a complete list of all those mods. So you just have to choose a different one that appeal to you. So for example, in this case, I'm using one mod which modify the Romans, another mod which modify, well, radius mod, close combat mod, and one which also modify Hellenic faction. Well, at least the appearance of them. I probably.
We hunger for battle.
Well, I do have many mods here. I need to list. You can see much better with those new units. Card. Make me happy. So much color. I was securing this newly conquered Seleucid Empire area. So I will build temples. I will convert everything I can.
Ready for orders.
Build farms. So I have an insane amount of food already. I mean, it's not much of a problem at the moment. To be a pretty intense war still against the Seleucid Empire at the moment.
Ready for battle.
Well, here I will retrain. Oh, that's good. Can improve my Praetorian to Praetorian guards.
At your command.
Train all the troops I can.
Commander. We hunger for battle.
What is General Cup? I will do that. I guess I should probably cycle between the different generals and
Ready for battle.
get rid of all those upgrades which are required now. Warrior.
Commander.
Well, I think I probably should start boosting the warrior aspect of my generals because they keep dying in battle. So if I boost their fighting ability, I suppose that ultimately they won't die as much, so they might last longer. I'm
At your
good at
command.
that. And this turn, oh wait, find an edict. We'll come here and perhaps them up here. Don't really need. Is there any region which is unhappy? Or maybe here, why not? Getting the happiness over here. This way I won't have to come back in the region, hopefully. Deal with rebellions stuff. So did you guys watch the previous live stream the other days? Or are you like you on the live stream? Curious about that.
Commander.
Do I have a public which comes back each time? Or do you have a public which change all the time
Ready for orders.
for the live stream? I think I can assign man edict because of the radius mod. Or the impression that the war against the Persian Empire might be a little tricky. Army, take the legacy. Yeah, I can recruit 30 armies now with this mod.
Commander. To your
Already have trouble managing the amount of army.
It is
50
a
guards.
great and glorious
Oh,
thing
yeah, this mod also add new units. So it can be an interesting thing. Here I should raise another army to fight the Persian, but I do not have any faction member available. I'll have to deal with that. Okay, that's good.
Ready for battle.
Do you guys like the live format? Something which appeal to you a little more than videos which once I upload it's done? Give you the sense of more adventures. That army right here. We'll attack it. Let us say Empire army. Fight that battle. Seem to be this missing one unit in my army. You can see that a few of the enemy armies also have modified the card. It's a nice thing, but it's not complete. Yeah, some insane hill over there.
Legionary cohort.
Doing my legionnaire.
At your command.
Cool. Deploying my armies. There seems to be an invisible something here.
Sons of Mars.
Caddy court. Those guys don't have a weapon. No. But I suppose we will have to live with that. Probably have an invisible weapon. I do hope, because if they have to punch their way through the enemy line, that might be long. Especially against armored units. Let's take a look at those different units. Guild cohort. Near cohort. Bugatti cohort. Camel. I just hope that there's another faction which is in the area, and I haven't really checked, but if they actually come and help me out, that would be appreciated.
Mars at speed, General. Anyone who breaks formation will be punished.
Okay, send troops downhill. Seems that the Seleucid Empire will just wait for me there. Get their troops. Men that can be strong. Lots of pikemen. Some of them don't even have a hat anymore. That's an interesting change.
Finest wine for the first kill.
Lot of skirmisher, camel archer, cataphract. It's actually a pretty strong army.
Straighten those lines. Sons of Mars. Archers. Evocati. Valites. Orders. Legionary cohort.
Yeah, sometime when you play this game, some faction all end up declaring war on you, and this can be rather annoying. But I'm not too sure what that is about, because it seemed very random. Kinda weird. Okay, so it's time to make a long line of legionnaires, which will hopefully be able to defeat this army.
Battle group disbanding. Hold formation.
It will be supported by quite a few skirmisher here.
Missile infantry at your command.
there.
Stay in formation. Hold formation. At the double. Legionary cohort. In service to Rome. General.
Yeah, you can actually spectate. No, you can directly control artillery in Rome too. But I never really bothered with that because, as some of you might notice, I don't even have artillery in my armies. So just show you how much I care about artillery in this. My troops are now about to engage the enemy troops. There we go. Charging. That will be a weird battle. I'm sure of that. I will use my cavalry to hopefully rout those enemies as fast as possible. Camel. I'll put my general into defensive testudo. Where are these guys? Pretty good legionnaires. I'm killing those horse skirmisher. That a good portion of the enemy army is now routing. But we just don't have the morale necessary to hold. I did play a campaign with Egypt at Legendary, and I pretty much have most of the world now. Clear that it's not the easiest faction to start with, but if you secure the south part of Egypt as fast as possible, then you're in much better position for later in the campaign. Because that's a place where nobody will likely attack you there. Okay, so right here we'll engage the enemy cavalry. There's those cataphracts which I need to dispose of. Fortunately, they are routing. And a very nice victory there. 1,783 and I lost 234. And I did lose a unit of cavalry there. Well, that's a great opportunity to learn about it, Saga. I have like 300 hours with Rome 2. I still don't know about Rome 2. Keep in mind that what you see here is actually filled with modification to the new Steam Workshop thing that came out with the patch 5. I will just finish off that Seleucid Empire. Army. Elite will be done. I will not be attacked in the back by that army out of the territory before annoying much my neighbors. No, the unit pack is well, the unit cards is a mod, and I also put a mod which modify the appearance on the battlefield, which is the same mod. Kinda look better, colorful and happy. Look at that, make me happy. Plenty of color instead of the unicolor stuff. Also with the radius mod, there's new units, so they are probably the one which are still missing some new appearance, I suppose. Go all the way. It's Persia.
At your command.
Because I'm still in the process of refilling the rank of my army here. They will likely attack me next turn. At least that's what I'm expecting.
Ready for
Here,
battle.
I will build up an army. I only have city guards. That might be a pretty bad army.
At your command.
But you do with what you can. Recruit more legionnaires here.
Fighters.
Still at the rank of my army.
We hunger for battle.
Yeah, Egypt is actually a very diversified army, so that makes them rather interesting. I'll dispose of that that's a rebel army. A couple of their units card have been modified by this mod. Nice.
Ready for further orders.
Army also now has a military tradition.
Men.
I guess it's all a question of opinion.
Commander.
But I like those cards. The other were too unicolor.
Ready for battle.
But the thing is that I think it's what's mostly interesting is having units on the battlefield which have different colors. Instead of the kind of dark red color that Rome usually has. Here, Egypt re-emerge. I need to deal with them. I'll recruit an army, but I don't have any general available. I have to do. Yes, my faction need to make babies. Wonder how you do that. In a game, of course. Actually, let's take a look. I need to go into the family thing. See? I will instead check my different generals. There's a place where I can marry them or something. Here. This character has no wife. Your character may. Okay, well that's. And perhaps I can adopt some people from other factions. How about this guy? Adopt anybody. Sad. Where else? Maybe I can. Oh, not there either. Oh well.
Commander.
Now let's just check what kind of objective I still have to conquer. Okay, I have all the requirements for victory. Oh no, I'm lacking in ships. Time to recruit a fleet. Have a right.
Yes.
I don't have a general, so I cannot recruit a fleet. I can recruit that fleet here. Send them into a town where there will be recruiting stuff.
Fleet reporting.
Or do I need to go to recruit stuff in there?
Sound the drums. Ships to port.
Well, that's the thing with unit card.
Your command.
But anyway, with the Steam Workshop, as the guy will develop his unit cards, they will be updated. So as he modified them,
For battle.
good thing. Won't have to go check. Oh, is that mod up to date? Or just have to go into the Steam Workshop, and I'll be able to.
At your command.
Actually, I won't even have to go there. It will be updated automatically. It's a nice change.
Ready for orders.
Or practical way to do it. think I can do... Cannot really attack. I'm stuck stabilizing the old place.
Kill them all!
But I shouldn't have gone.
We cannot do that. Faster! Curse you all!
Well, I might end up into a battle here. Let's end this turn. I don't want to see what will happen.
Today, you can leave our
Egypt won a peace treaty. That won't happen. Persian Empire is attacking me. Will actually land their troops, hopefully. Are these pleb levies? Yeah, this is a fleet landing stuff. Really ugly. Like that. Especially since my legion is able to take care of everything. Despite usually the fleet being overpowered in terms of auto battle stats. But they seem to have sank. Rorari. East Euro Spear. Leveling the wall. The fleet. But I don't have legions. I won't fight that. Because that's another town I will have to conquer back. There seems to be a lot of rebellion now. Despite my effort to make everybody happy. I'm very unhappy. Oh wow. A rebellion there. This region is really unstable. That used to be the Seleucid Empire. Or Seleucid Empire, depending how you want to say it. I prefer my way. Army destroyed. Sure. There's a very new play.
Ready for orders.
The rank of my army has been refilled. Use down those guys. Give them. Them again. Hey Matt, how's it going?
March. At your command.
Sending back my legion into the town. And
At your command.
now here I need to still stuck making people happy. Need to find some legion somewhere
Ready for battle.
and capture back the towns. There we go.
Besieging
Pretty amazing how they just changed the walls from one culture to another in one turn. Rather surprising.
At your command.
Yeah, World War I Total War could be actually interesting. There's actually a game, a Russian-made game. Yeah, it's called. I don't remember the name, but it used to be a kind of a World War I Total War, but rather old style. But it was in Russian only, as far as I know, so it wasn't necessarily interesting for everybody to try it out. I did try it out because no language will stop me. One time I played the game in Chinese and ended up really better than my Chinese friend.
Commander.
Even though I did not understand anything.
Ready for orders.
So that fun, no language should stop you from enjoying a game. And here my army is built.
Commander.
Being under siege at the moment. Bad thing, because it's made of city guards.
Ready for orders.
So it's not a real army, kind of. Persian Empire will be a pain. I don't have any elite. What I could do on the other hand is perhaps raise the entire place. Hope to destroy as many enemies as possible. Or I could try to ambush the enemy armies, but that seemed very unlikely. I had very little success in them. Hey Ninja Man. Glad to see you here.
We hunger for battle.
We'll have some perhaps catching up to do on my empire if you're only at episode, what is it, 63? Where are we? We are at 69. Oh yeah. Well, my empire is much bigger now. Or maybe not that much. Because once you get into that region, it's so chaotic that you're really slow at expanding. Go attack those guys. Full of rebels which are looting my place. I think I might actually do this. Because that seems a rather full army. And even though the auto battle will put over quite a bit, might be an interesting battle. Less. Yeah, actually, I do have a Twitch TV account. It's called Attila Gaming Network. Actually, the same name as my other YouTube account, which is Attila Gaming Network. Will likely host my next Total War campaign. But so far, I think I only have 60-something follower over there. So, hoping that more people will follow me there before I'm really getting into it. Also, YouTube has some features which are interesting. For example, it keeps you guys' comments, so I can come back to them when I want and answer you if I skipped over it during the live stream. While on Twitch TV, it disappears forever. Not particularly interesting. Also, it's not on at the moment, but YouTube has a DVR feature which allows my viewer to potentially watch back in the past what happened while I'm broadcasting, and that Twitch TV doesn't have that. There's a few features on YouTube which are interesting. Sadly, on YouTube you cannot simply give a static link like for Twitch TV, so you need to make sure that your subscriber or potential viewer are really subscribed to you and are actually following you. I didn't notice that YouTube actually put your live stream at the bottom of the subscription page. That means that you guys need to be well, careful watching your subscriptions. You want to get on the Yeah, I'm using those mods from the Steam Workshop. So far it's rather satisfying. I like the look. Also like the effect. Really. So I'm the one attacking. Probably remember that. And I need to make my way all the way over there. I'll have to fight on a hill, which is a terrible idea. I don't know why I click up arrow when... Yes, that. Great feature, but I don't necessarily like it all the time. Yeah, that's the sad part about Total War, is that there's many modders which are making great stuff. They should be the one making the game, truly. I'm not saying that those that did the game are bad. They did a pretty amazing job when you look at it. I think quite a technical achievement, but in terms of unit balance, for example, and many different aspects, the modders are really understanding what the community want, or what I want, or at least we're, let's say, compatible in taste. For example, here I will just simply relist the amount of mods I have. I think I have 5 mods. I'm using close combat mod, which make the battle longer. Using radius mod, which also does the same a little, but adds a lot of units and many different tweak to any aspect of the game. Also using a unit, well, a mod which modify the Roman appearance, as you can see. I have another mod which modify the Hellenic faction appearance. So there's quite a few mods in my game right now. And I guess the result is satisfying.
Brave Romans to a man! We await your command!
Yeah, they really have an interesting position, which will make my attack quite painful. Because attacking uphill, well, it used to actually give you a bonus. It's really bad for keeping your formation. So, if I attack like this, my cavalry in charge, those enemy cavalry, while my troops are making their way forward. I'll tell them to run. They will perhaps die a little less from enemy javelin fire. Full of step lancer. Never saw those. Like a bunch of Martin. Here seem to be winning the fight. Cavalry. Now, the balance of power in the Yoto battle was very much in my favor, but I should underestimate the enemy capacity in this case. Let's order again attack on all units. Now this unit of Legionnaire is completely encircled, or maybe not completely. Seem to be doing pretty fine. Very nice. For the condition. Here I have another group of cavalry, which is bad shape. That other group here, I don't know where it was running. Probably the grouping option told them to go here. Here I will order my... Keep pushing forward. Oh, that's an interesting battle. Looking. Flying. And it's sad though that my Ducati court don't have a sword. Visually speaking, they seem to have it in terms of animation, but they don't have it visually. No, there's no blood pack at the moment. I'm sure Sega will do that at some point. My impression is that they want to keep it open for a young audience, so they won't make it mature for the moment. Well, it seems that my cavalry really fought the best enemy units, losing my cavalry. I have the Roman army, so cavalry never was much of a concern. It was, but wasn't the main weapon. Live without it. Just practical to have it to distract the enemy. Oh, those horses climb that small hill. Impressive. Decisive victory. 1,400 enemy killed and 387 friendly lost. And 10 friendly fire. So 30. Any trick about learning French? That's it's difficult to give. The rather complex language. It was a slave uprising. Really? I guess one of the hardest things to learn in French is mostly the gender of everything. Gender. Not the hit gender. One thing which is overly complicated to learn, and that seems to be what most people which are learning French are struggling with. Because it does affect much all, well, any word that you'll use.
Commander.
But I guess
We hunger for battle.
it's a matter of you know, learning that stuff. For example, when you learn German, you also have to learn that stuff. So same kind of challenge. So just use the gender that you think it should be. Perhaps you'll have the right answer.
Ready for orders.
There is this Persian army there. Here I'm under siege. I'm really far from everything.
Ready for battle.
Fortunately, my troops seem to be in good shape. Yeah, I guess learning a language, it's all about training. So with your friends or whoever is with you in the class, try to speak the language. And a good way to also learn a language is to perhaps find a TV series in that language that you like, and stick with it. Because what happens is usually in a TV series, you have a stability in terms of the characters, the way they speak. So they have their own accent, and it's a stable data and for you to learn. So just by watching TV series, ultimately you can end up getting used to the way the language is being spoken by or natively from. So it's a good way to learn a language. And what you can do is you can put a good way to do it if you have the series on DVD is to put the subtitle. I guess at first you put it into your native language if it's available. But if you start to master, well, not necessarily master, but you're getting a little used to it, you can put the subtitle into the language which you're trying to learn. And this way you hear it and you see it, you read it, and this might actually create a proper synergy in terms of learning the language. Yeah, I think the gender thing is pretty much what you... Yes, it might be. No, it's like in English, many people refer to boats as a she. That kind of vision that you need to have.
Ready for battle.
And we'll attack the Persian Empire.
Waiting for orders.
My trouble at the moment is that I need more generals. Of course, this is all thanks to the mod. Because normally, I have the limit of troops that I can have. Of army that I...
Ready for battle.
Here I'm simply refilling the rank of my troops. See if I can recruit any people. How about mercenaries? Interesting. On the other hand, here I'm building something which might provide me the better troops.
At your command.
There. Just checking, what are my... Well, I have to bring a legion all the way back here because Egypt is a little of a pain.
Attack for Rome!
Yes, my garrison might be the only getting rid of those guys. No, I won't attack. Oh, I have 2 legions. You won't take the risk. And let's develop this. Yeah, I do need to bring a legion back all the way there. That's a long walk.
Yes.
Here, we'll need to recruit more ships. Cannot.
Ready for orders.
Cannot do that, sir.
Commander.
So I'll take a look more globally to my situation. I do have some legions here. Here. I'll have to take care of those Greek rebel over here. I need to get rid of Egyptian rebel over here. There's a rebellion here I can take advantage of and secure it. Persian Empire seems pretty extended all the way here. Actually, that's another. It's Rada. Persia. I'm still stuck with many legion into Turkey because I'm stabilizing the region. It used to be the Seleucid Empire.
We hunger for battle.
But I guess now a few of them are now free because, for example, here I have 20 public order, so that means that my troops are now finally free to move.
Ready for orders.
So I will move toward those last Seleucid Empire armies and bring that other in perhaps south. If there's no public disorder here, that's perfect. So I will send that legion in force march. Deal with Egypt.
That is impossible.
Now in this region, what about that
hunger
legion?
for battle. You have further
Okay, well I
orders.
can also send that legion.
I don't care how tired you are.
We'll actually do that.
March.
Now this rebel army might actually end up attacking me. This is a risk I'm willing to take because legionnaires are good enough to beat anything.
At ease, men.
I think the best way to learn a language is truly to simply first of all listen to it, read it,
Ready for
and
battle.
you want to continue, find yourself a
We
few
hunger
people to
for
speak
battle.
French with. Perhaps people from your class, which are willing to do so. Or if there's no such thing, then perhaps find on the internet a French community. For gaming, for example. Playing with
Drop anchor.
people on the internet is a great way to learn.
Fleet reporting.
But of course, might be a little weird to find a French community when everybody's playing in English,
That's it.
nationally speaking.
Finding shelter.
Might find you a little bizarre or weird. I don't know. Never happened to me. I don't think I have anything more to do in this turn.
My lord.
Peace treaty with Arya.
It is not often that he
Actually,
is
that's
moved to mercy.
Arya. Well, it's good that I have a peace treaty with those guys now because I can focus on Persia.
With all due respect for your august.
Yeah, sure, take my money. I don't have so much of it. Persia is taking its time to think. Gallic Confederation. Wonder if they will have any province remaining in Britannia. Right, they are losing them. Natural laws. Edge.
Commander,
Okay, I'm heading toward Egypt now.
forgive me, but I cannot.
That other legion, I suppose I should as well send them into Iraq area.
Ready for orders.
Oh, they lifted the siege here. In fact,
Are
to
you
recruit
ready to
more
serve
city
Rome?
guards with hordes of javeliner, which I will send up north. But the thing is that they actually accepted peace with me. It's a good thing. So I can focus my attention against Persia. And feed them, hopefully, best as possible.
Commander. For death and honor!
Is there anybody that speaks French in the chat? Know that I have a very multinational audience.
At once. To victory!
I'm not sure I have that many francophone
Advance.
in my audience. Oh, that Suicide Army went all the way around there and come back here to be destroyed. Motivation. Oh, that's good. We have a francophone here. Or are you a francophone, Chewbacca?
Your next command.
Also, Ninja Man, are you learning
Ready for battle.
French in the context, European context, or in the North American context? Because we speak a little differently in terms of accent, so it might be a little
Ready for battle.
different to learn.
Ready for orders. Commander, make haste, men.
The difference are not so much in terms of vocabulary, or it's really the accent, intonations.
Commander.
Oh yeah. Continue to make my way to conquer back Egypt.
Ready for battle.
Artillery, median, and median cavalry seem very interesting from their cards.
Ready for orders.
Here I can probably
Besieging settlement.
free Rodok from themselves. Un Français de quelle région, Chewbacca? They're here. I subjugate, sack, raise. Goodbye. Well, goodbye. This way I will never have to come back here. Build that. Up commerce, even though I don't need money. Farming. Hurting people. Well, it's not that different. It's just that we have a different accent. Essentially, it's like, you know, English accent, Scottish accent, American accent from the north of America, and out a part of United States. You know, Texan accent is much different. So there's that, the same kind of difference. It's also different expression. There's also different ways of putting stuff. But we understand each other pretty well normally. Also, even within France, there's many different accents. And within Quebec, or actually Canada, there's also different accent. If you, in Canada, if you go to the Atlantic part of the province, they have a different accent from people from more western part of the province. So there's a lot of diversity. The same thing as the English language around the world.
We hunger for battle.
One fairly easy difference is, for example, to lock the door. French from France will say verrouiller la porte, while here we will say barrer la porte, which essentially mean that you will put a wooden bar on the door, while the French are using the mechanism of locking up the door. And the difference there is probably the colonial context here, where you will literally put a wooden bar on the door to lock it, or not lock it, but you know, make it unopenable. While in France they adopted probably more appropriate language for this, of locking it up with the mechanism. Oh, there's that kind of difference. Expression.
Ready for orders.
English commoner? Not sure, no. But usually people will be very forgiving if you're speaking in French and it's not your native language. Oh, that's a big battle here. Pretty fun. That's my legion made of auxilia. That will be challenging to fight that, because there's like 3 armies. So there's... yeah, that's a lot of enemies. If you spend 2 years in Quebec and 2 years in Paris, you might end up quite a mix in terms of French. But if you want a North American accent in French, actually we're not that different from Normandy part of France in terms of French. A little different, but the French from Canada is originated Normandy region in France, so the derivative from that. That's why, for example, during World War II, many French people were thinking that Canadian force were actually French troops, because the accent was so similar. Of course, the accent did evolve a little since. Not exactly. More. There's also a tendency, for example, by the French to adapt the English word and integrate them to the language, while here we have a tendency to keep a certain French flavor to our language. So, for example, if you go into France and you tell them you want to send them an email, so you'll use the term email, and it will be fine for them. We'll do the same here if you say that, but the French-Canadian way to say an email is a courriel. which is French. But in France, they don't seem to have adapted that kind of linguistic.
Praetorian cavalry.
There's that kind of difference also. The thing is that it's a little bit the result of the French fact in North America, because since the North American part, called the New France, was conquered by the British Empire, we were under the rule of English people for a long time. And everybody in the administration was English, and there was a kind of notion that we had to preserve the French language, as well as religion at the time. As a result of this, there's a kind of notion here that we absolutely need to express the French element of our culture. So that's why we're really, let's say, strong on keeping a French accent to everything, translating all the words that comes out from the English language. I really said the American language there, which might have been accurate. In any case, well, that's a big battle. We'll probably that instead of doing a class of history there. The fact that this army is very strong in cavalry will likely be useful to me. That's a lot of enemy to kill, and a lot of skirmisher on top of that. And hopefully my camel cavalry will be a good distraction for the enemy cavalry. This way they won't necessarily engage me. Not sure if I have a good chance of winning this, because there's a lot of enemy. The Rex swordsman. What a bane. I need to disengage those cavalry. Very dangerous. Yeah. I have a full reserve of cavalry here, not engaged yet. Here, those mercenary Persian cavalry will have to suffer from my bow cavalry. My Praetorian, I will engage those Media cavalry. And here, what can I do? My Praetorian will engage those pikemen over there. Seems that my cavalry did not disengage yet from the fight. That's a lot of very heavy troops there. I don't think the Canadians are more serious with the French. It's just that we have a kind of identity issue in terms of conserving the French aspect of the culture. And the French, since they are pretty much in their own country and don't necessarily have to defend it as much as we do, are a little more open to adopting terms from English, because they don't really care. They don't feel under siege. While here, since we have many millions of American nearby, as well as the rest of the country, which is English, there's a kind of notion that if you want the French fact to survive in North America, well, you need to do everything in your power to conserve that identity. So that's why there's a little difference about the attitude toward the English wording. And that actually it. That's too many enemies. I'm sure I can beat this. Even though I have Praetorian cavalry and all that stuff. It's It's just so many enemies. Actually, very shocked that my Arabian spearmen are not completely off the field yet.
Sons of Mars! Swift riders at your command!
We await your command.
Yours to command!
I guess this is really a battle where the Praetorian will prove their worth here, because there's no way my Arabian troops can defeat that amount of enemies. Seem to be okay for the moment. It's nearly under control for these guys. Praetorian cavalry. I'll try to from that location. Here, and to engage those enemies around the place, and to charge those enemy pikemen into the back. This is really a big fight there. I guess Praetorian are proving their worth. I never thought I would have been able to rout all this. It's just so many enemies. That was a worthy battle. Of course, there was 3 enemies army, and it's not done yet. Actually, I should not say that I'm victorious yet. I never use my general ability. There's no real reason other than perhaps being lazy a little. I'm also not that much of a fan of it, to be honest. I think, sure, the presence of the general should improve the morale of your troops. That I agree with. I have no problem with that part. What I don't necessarily agree with is how sometimes your general can, for example, give second wind to your troops. Like, oh look, I'm tired. Oh wait, my general just released me from being tired out of nowhere. Awesome. That's not necessarily to my liking. I used to use a mod which remove the most abilities in the game, and I probably will try to put that back in. Just trying other mods for the moment. I'm a little concerned by presence of the enemy pikemen. Unfortunately, attacking in the back from here. We'll disengage my cavalry from there. Where's that guy? Being chased by some Persian cavalry. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of special ability. For example, the skirmisher in this game, they have a shoot faster ability, like or reload faster ability. I like the term they use. Like, oh, I will make my arm reload faster. Is that a mechanism or something? And how come you were not shooting faster earlier? I don't really like that kind of boost. It also reminds me of Warcraft 3. Gives me the impression that this is an RPG game, opposed to a strategy game. And if I wanted to play an RPG, I will go play an RPG. I will reform my line now. That was quite a mess. Yeah. Forming my rank, get into position to Eliminate those guys here. Persian cavalry. My Praetorian cavalry. Routed. With some enemies here, they also routed. Only a few enemies remaining here. Seem to be some thorax pikemen. Pretty heavy troops. But they're routed as well. So that was a big battle. That's one of good one. Killed 5,200 and I lost 1,549. So that's pretty good. I hope you guys did watch that one, because it was worth it. If you did not, well, after the live broadcast, take a good look at it again. What time was that? My general died, said. Getting used to that. How much of the campaign I have left? Good question. It's all a question of capturing one more town and holding it, to be honest. And the only other requirement is to build a fleet a little more. I need to build probably 10 more ships. I will have the victory condition. Other than that, normally I'm fine. And now this army will fight again. You can see there's not much of this army remaining. And it's likely that after this battle there will be even less. I lost mine. Which means that my Korean cavalry are my... well.
The eyes of the Senate and all Rome are upon us today. We must make them proud that we are their defenders. More than that, our Roman gods are watching. Make sure they are not ashamed.
Yeah, that last battle was pretty epic. It's good stuff. There's a lot of cavalry. Like that. With my army of Auxilia will maybe not lose that one, but we'll need a complete refill their rank. Because I really suffered a loss of lot. Yeah, a lot of loss.
General! At your service.
Cavalry here.
Commander!
Guess I will make my way to them.
Orders understood.
Using my Praetorian, lead the charge. Thorax swordsman, be okay to defeat. A little more worry of the thorax pikemen. Are certainly a little more dangerous. The enemy cavalry is still very dangerous. Charge them with my Praetorian cavalry as well as my Persian, no, Arabian spearmen. One camel archer, kill everything, please. Now the good news is that these cavalry are actually horse skirmishers, so normally I should have well, my troops should be good enough to beat that, hopefully. Okay, now let's charge those enemy rank. Seems that my Praetorian are heavy enough to resist that charge. We will be fighting those thorax swordsmen. Hopefully they will be better than them. And here I will maneuver around the enemy to encircle them and charge them in the back. I think we got a little overwhelmed on that side, because I should do something about it. Here we'll charge the enemy in the back. especially the enemy cavalry. There we go. Hopefully while this group here receive most of the enemy attention, the other groups will be able to take advantage of this and kill everybody in the back. Two of the enemy skirmishers are now routing. The good news. Well, the fight here seemed to be pretty balanced. Let's see, winning, but my unit is winning at the moment. I'm a little more concerned for that part of the battle. So the enemy general is now routing. Yes, this is a mod actually. Or actually many mods. Those pikemen did manage to nearly pierce through my Praetorian guards. But fortunately by doing so they become a little encircled. So even though my Praetorian guards are few, they will be able to have a good angle on the enemy, hopefully. Those pikemen really are a pain. It will be challenging to defeat them. Fortunately, I'm now all around them. And I will be able to charge them from all directions. I will try to literally encircle them. I think this is really the key element of defeating those pikemen. Hey Dragon, nice to see you again. Yes, I have a few spearmen which are available here. Those Tarak spearmen are still fighting them. Spearmen? Or pike? It's red. Let's make sure that as many of them as possible die. 3. Was another good victory. Killed at 1,424. And I did lose 214. And I'm actually really surprised that my troops did survive. Enemies seem a little shocked. Good. They destroyed one. But it's clear that that legion will have to pull back. Did suffer way too much from the enemy attack. We'll have to build this.
Such a little thing, an inconsequential thing, that I almost hesitate to mention the amount.
Okay, yeah, sure. So rich. Everybody will be like, oh my god, did you just spend that much? Yeah, actually I just did. Not even sure that was worth it, because the enemy they are declaring war on is dead. Why did I pay that already? Mismanagement. Damn it. I need to pull back from there. It suffer way too much loss. Perhaps I can recruit a few mercenaries. I cannot. Make my way to the town there. That will refill the rank faster.
Ready for battle.
And I will also be able to recruit a couple of good troops. Civilian infantry, guards, early legionnaire, legionary cohort, Roman archer, and different stuff like that. We'll shift the heading of that legion. We'll attack that town over there instead. And here, let's build more ships. Time for increasing the rank of my fleet. Fly with the victory condition.
Strong men. We hunger for battle.
Where is that enemy?
At your command.
Now that town is
Commander.
stable in terms of public order. Recruit interesting mercenary. No, I cannot.
At your command.
I'll just make my way over that town here. But mercenary is here. Good, I can. I will actually go with the 3. Oh, well, what's that? Horse archer. Sarmatian horse archer. That.
Ready for orders.
Okay, here I do have that legion which is available. Perhaps I will send them toward Persian Empire.
May as well get comfy, men. March.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You have further
Stay there.
orders?
The Persian army right there. Did not notice them even though they were in my face later. Freeze this. I have to switch that army to normal stance.
Commander.
What mod is that? This is a mix of actually 5 mod or something. So it's close combat mod, radius mod. I have a mod which modify the appearance of Roman. I have a mod which modify the appearance of Hellenic factions. I have a mod which allows me to do whatever I want with the city when I capture it. And that's pretty much it. And you can have access to nearly all of them on Steam Workshop. So you can literally now customize the game to your liking on Steam Workshop. That doesn't mean you should look at other mods elsewhere. But all you do is you download the mod from Steam Workshop and then you activate it into the mod manager of your Rome 2 launcher. And from there you'll be able to have the kind of look of like my game. Of course, everything is optional. Customize it to your liking. There's actually many mod in the workshop which had many.
At your command.
Can end up being a much more diversified experience.
Commander.
So, are these legion available? Yes, so.
We hunger for battle.
Move them south. This.
Destination reached.
The people won't revolt. Fine.
Faster, damn you!
And I will make my way toward the Persian Empire.
Ready for battle.
Same here. That region seems
Commander.
all happy, so it's time to resume the conquest toward the east.
At your command.
Despite leaving a few potential enemy faction
Find
behind.
shelter.
It's all about converting the population. What video will I be making after this series? Well, I might do another series of Total War video. Either my Attila Gaming Network or Date Your Game Network. So, no, actually, but Date Your Game channel. So make sure that you're subscribed there. I'm not sure which faction I'll do. That will depend on a few factors, including the opinion of my viewers. So if you have a preference, feel free to tell me now while I'm on this campaign here. And I might actually cover other games as well. I'm not sure which one. I always wanted to make more Arma, but it's very difficult to actually get the condition necessary to record more Arma. That's why I'm not perhaps satisfying everybody with making more awesome videos of Arma. Also thinking about potentially other games.
We hunger for battle.
And I'm also thinking that you guys should tell me what are the future games you're looking for, because that might give me a clue of what my audience might want to watch in the future as well. of course, on top of Total War. Yes, it will be suitable for me to use
I am sure that you will
catapult for a
accept
siege.
this
It's just that at the
from
moment I don't have the facilities to produce that, and also I seem to be conquering well without them. So we'll have conquer all this empire without any catapult. I guess you can actually manage to conquer everything without catapult. And also now with the newest patch, you have ladders at the beginning of a siege on the first turn, so that likely make it much easier to conquer.
General!
Now let's see what army are around here. Will likely attack me from here. I'll try to stop them here. And let's hope it doesn't end into a catastrophe.
Sons of Mars!
I will still keep my plebs in the back. I don't want to get them. Maybe I do, but I'm not really expecting much from them anyway.
General!
My legionnaire to defensive testudo.
And defend! Romans, ready for duty. Legionary cohort!
Is about square formation.
Spearmen,
Defense formation here.
missiles, ready and waiting.
And I think we're fine now.
Today we will fight as our
So that's
forefathers
apparently a
did,
defensive
against
testudo.
dreadful odds. And like them, we will triumph and add further glory to the name
Still
of
is
our
a little
people.
thin.
The hour approaches. Make ready.
At your service.
Make ready.
Mandata Tua!
How about Paradox title like Europa Universalis 4? Actually, I did not buy that game yet. That's a possibility. There seems to be more interest for that kind of game nowadays. I really like Paradox games. I think that's certainly one of the best company around lately, which are making games for your brain as opposed to your eyes. So I might be doing some of that, maybe. But of course, this is a kind of game which only makes sense if the audience want it, because it can be rather unappealing to watch. So it very much depends, because I did some videos of Crusader King. It was quite fun to play, but the audience did not really look much at it. And I might actually prefer Crusader King to Europa Universalis first. I think Crusader King is a little more personal and emotional. And what I mean by that is that, first of all, Crusader King can only end in a defeat. That's the only end to it. And the other aspect is the fact that you have to manage your family, and I think that gives it a small charm which is unique. For example, in Rome 2 there's a family tree, and well, not tree, but there's a family, and you don't really care about it at all. So that's a total failure. But in Crusader King, it's all about your family. So that gives you a much deeper experience. So these are what? 2 heroes. I have no choice but pleb to perhaps fill any gap possible. Well, the AI is just trying to go through my rank apparently. Egyptian infantry. This is one of the weakest infantry ever. I don't know why they are so weak. They should be better. Can barely kill anything. Yeah, actually, that's what I would like exactly there, Sajat. To have Rome 2 graphic and Paradox gameplay in terms of campaign experience. That will be like the ultimate game ever. As I kept telling my friends, what I want is a Crusader King campaign in Rome 2 Total War with Rome 2 Total War battle. And it's really a shame that it's not the case, because that will be awesome. Well, it seems that the enemy is literally completely ignoring me. They're just going through. A little more and I'm like, come on, fight me. So these are Royal Hellenic Guards. That might be dangerous. And thank you, Warping Pig, to appreciate my videos. It's always nice to hear. I can only hope that you guys share your interest in my video with more people, so that I can make more people appreciate it. Of course, assuming that you're friends, or whether you're talking that you're trying to convince about it, are actually interested by that. Guys are not too good, but not too bad either. I think most of my loss are caused by those bowmen over there. Egyptian archer. What a pain. Mercenary Egyptian infantry. Why would you recruit the mercenaries of that? Look at them die. Archers. Peltas. Peltas? Those Rorari, what are they doing? To be slaughtering Carian axemen. And here there's some Peltas. Search them with Rorari. I believe they seem to be those axemen. And it's strange that I need to send my legionnaire to take care of bowmen. Should make IRL LARPing videos. What is that? Please explain. Not familiar with the terminology there. For Crusader King 2 videos, well, that might be a possibility. I will likely do that on Attila Gaming Network. Or the year game. Because as I said earlier, Attila16, I'm doing this for the old time's sake, but the future is on those two other channels probably. Here's took care of those bowmen. Time to regroup my troops and finish off the enemy. Hold those peltas. Jeez. Camel archer. I think bowmen are good against armor units. That's why I say they are dangerous. Here are my abilities. Sure how well they will perform against those enemies. Seem okay because the AI just seem to be ignoring my troops completely. How did?
Melee infantry! Advance at speed!
Good, the enemy camel units routed by themselves. Did not beat them. Would have been very annoying because they would have been able to simply run around on their camelback just there. Would have been rather annoying. And what kind of action would you like to see in Crusader King, by the way? Curious about that. What? Because I know that many people are actually making a series of that, and I'm not sure what's the appeal in it. Because what makes a great series of Crusader King? Because I know that one time I did wasn't live, but actually maybe it was. Oh, no, it wasn't. I did a one which was live, but there was like nobody watching, so that was nearly not live. One time I did a multiplayer recording, and it was pretty fun because we were many, and it was quite hilarious. Because, for example, I executed the wife of one of my friend, or actually subject, and that kind of saved him. So I ended up executing plenty of people in my empire just for the sake of lineage, which was rather entertaining. And largely moral, but what is fun about Crusader King? What is this? Probably. Well, I will auto battle this because this is a fleet invasion thing and I'm not interested. It could have been interesting, but it's just that having those enemies landing is not necessarily entertaining. Because you just kill them one after the other. They don't really organize invasion.
Ready for battle. You there.
Wrong button.
Get to
Here.
work. We take this settlement for Rome.
Take back that region from Egypt. The rebellion did not last long. Actually, what make a great series of Crusader King or Europa Universalis? Tell me, this way I can learn how to make interesting content. Because when you look at those games, it's interesting, the story you can live through, but when you get on the video and you're not aware of the story, you're like, well, what is this about? This guy's talking about. So how do you make that interesting? Your viewer. Tell me about that.
Ready for battle. Ready for orders.
So these legions are making their way toward Persian Empire, which seem to be now at peace. I don't remember that. I might have accepted peace with them. It appears so. Well, I'm at peace with them.
At your command.
Doesn't prevent me from
Take
looting everything.
On the move.
At your command.
I will be raiding their territory.
Commander. Layings.
Now I will capture that settlement. Well, that's a lot of enemy, but they seem to be suffering from attrition, so they're not numerous, so it's not worth fighting.
Ready for orders.
Yeah. Time to destroy everything in this village and replace it with Roman culture. Actually, here I might actually do an auxiliary garrison, and that will be interesting because I'll be able to raise
Ready for battle.
auxiliary troops from that region, and hopefully they will be bow archer or
Ready
something,
for orders.
horseman archer or that kind of stuff.
At your command.
So now I'm actually at peace with Persia. Now I end up into a situation where I don't know what I want to do anymore. I suppose I will check. Situation. Well, here I can make
The
a
pleasures
trading
of my
agreement,
household are yours to enjoy.
but they are not interested. Don't know why. Nobody wants to trade with me. Perhaps I should check if there's a way to get them to be ally with me. For example, this faction, they seem to like me somehow.
Household are yours to enjoy. First, though,
So I will
the
maybe
necessary
offer
burdens
them
of
to be a
diplomacy.
client or satrapy. Wait. Sadly, that's we'll never accept that anyway. But I can offer them a great amount of money. For them a payment there of payment. Whoa, a lot of money. Okay, well, that rich, so why not? Chance. Much does it cost? Chance, wow. How about now? Wow, just that amount for trading agreement and they're not happy? Wow. Wonder what kind of resource they have. Ask that much, really. Insane.
We hunger for battle.
Here I'm recruiting ships. And let's see the victory condition now. Wrong button. I confused the two. The victory condition. Verify that. I have 143 province. And I'm only lacking 2 more ships.
Fleet reporting.
Normally, at the end of
Ready for battle.
turn, perhaps, we'll be fine.
I'm
For the
afraid
victory
we
condition.
cannot.
Really mine. The skills. Dress up as a Mistral. Will be original. Noble death. I think I never watched those entire videos. Oh, that's too dramatic. This is a victory. Just saw the Roman victory. I have a big close movie button. Okay, well, that was the victorious moment. If you have a question about what happened in this campaign, I guess we can answer it here with all the stats. Feel free to express any question you have about what the hell happened in this entire campaign. So, for example, let's see. Total battle fought 497. Battle fought personally 137. Yeah, that felt more like it. Auto resolve 360. might be abusing that a little. Land battle 88, gold battle 31. Combined battle. As you can see, I nearly never use combined battle, or as the that you have a navy and land unit. Ambush battle 25. That's quite a few. Surprising. Port battle 14. Settlement battle 232. Each battle 107. Total victories 429. Land victories 81. Naval victory, combined victory, ambush victory, port victory, settlement victory. Doesn't really change anything. Beat, battle, captive, executed. Well, apparently I executed 16,000 enemies for the battle, and I released 59,000. I enslaved 184, so I'm not much of a slave fanatic apparently. Settlement occupy 100 and agent recruited 4, champion recruited 1, dignitary recruited 1, spy recruited 2. You can see agent were not really on my radar at all in this. Total income, current income, come from tax, 3 million. Total expenditure. I'm supporting for 2,607,045, I guess, gold or coin for my armies. Highest ever expenditure, 169,000. So lots of stats there. So it took 182 turns to, which is usually what it takes me for to win this, about that, more or less. Current date, we're in 91 BC. Research completed. So that was my empire. Yeah, few allies within my territory, including over here. What's weird is how allies end up declaring war on each other sometimes. Will not be allowed, especially if they are your client. It does keep track of how many enemy individuals. Maybe into the stats here. I don't think there's such a... No, it only tells me how many I released. It doesn't really know how many I killed. But here you can perhaps interpret that I destroyed the unit destroyed. I'm not sure if they are mine though. Friendly or enemy? Yeah, I'm not too sure. But apparently units destroyed 4,772, which is likely the amount of units, complete units that I killed. So I guess how many units?
At your command.
So let's say that you have 160 soldiers per unit. So that seems a lot of units. I have a hard time believing that. So I guess that was it for this campaign. So I will remind you that the next one will be on either Date Your Game channel or Attila Gaming Network channel. I will invite you to tell me which faction would you like to see. I will likely stick with Vanilla faction, unless I manage to figure out how to make the all-playable faction mod work. Might be interesting, I'm not sure. But I think for this campaign it's over, and I'll see you on my future videos. So I will now take a break, recover, perhaps I'll take a day or two of relaxation from Rome, and then I'll see what we can do about the future campaign I'll make. So thank you for watching once again.